Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Adrián Arana, and I will be the moderator in this debate. The topic to be discussed has been argued for several years, and I am referring to whether the death penalty should or not be legal. But what is the death penalty? Well, the death penalty, also known as the capital punishment, is a government-sanctioned practice whereby a person is put to death by the state as a punishment for a crime. The sentence ordering that someone is punished in such a manner is known as the death sentence, whereas the act of carrying out that sentence is called an execution. The crimes that are punishable by death are known as capital crimes and vary a lot depending on the jurisdiction where those crimes have been committed, but commonly include some serious offenses such as murdering, kidnapping, drug dealing, raping, and so on. Nowadays, 106 countries have abolished completely the death penalty. However, 56 countries still retain the capital punishment. And as it is a matter of active controversy, now my team group, who are brave young women who have prepared a lot for this debate, who have worked really hard and invested a lot of time so as to search for key arguments to defend their stances, their positions, will now debate about whether the death penalty should or not be legal. So, representing the people who are in favor of the death penalty, we have Laura Triviño and Andrea Sanchez, and on the other side, representing the people who are against the death penalty, who think that this capital punishment should be abolished, should be illegal, we have Irune Mayordomo and Yuna Nieva. And now, Laura Triviño will start by defending her position. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adrian, for presenting us. And now I'm going to talk about why I think that death penalty should be legal. Well, one of the main issues in prisons nowadays is the overcrowding of prisons. For example, in the USA, at least 2.2 million prisoners are in prison, according to the Bureau of Justice Statistics. This results in the incarceration of 481 people per 100,000 citizens. So it comes as very little surprise, the fact that it has become a very serious problem. At least 18 states are operating over 100% capacity. And this comes from 2014. And this just keeps getting worse, since the number of prisoners has quadrupled since the 70s. For example, California's criminal justice system is so overcrowded that the federal courts had to either step in and make some changes in the prison or risk letting those prisoners out there in the loose, because there was no room left to house them. This state has also the largest death room in the country, with new capital convictions being made every month. So it is not surprising that they ran out of space long ago. ABC News says that at least 750 people are in death row in California, were in death row in California in 2015. This is a very high increase from the 646 from 2006. And these numbers just keep increasing. But it shouldn't be assumed that these people are being imprisoned unfairly, because Only those who have committed highly violent crimes, such as aggravated murder, murder with kidnapping with murder, rape, and such, has been made in the death row. Another extreme case is Haiti. How they themselves are in a more serious situation, since in this Caribbean nation is the most overcrowded in the world, with at least 454% capacity. It is severely overcrowded, and this comes with different issues such as malnutrition and diseases all over the prisoners. Between 80 and 100 people are cramped in a single cell. This is due to modern medicine, since nowadays people are living longer. This is why more people are being in prison. And also the crime rate in old people has increased since 2006. According to Prison Policy, a non-profit, non-partisan organization, in 1994, the people over 50 years old increased over 12% in prisons, in US federal prisons. And nowadays it has increased by 330%, which makes them be the fastest growing age group. And well, this is why we think that executing those who are guilty of highly cruel crimes would make it possible to manage the population in prisons, and it would limit the risk of harming the rest of the civilians, since those criminals could potentially commit those same crimes again. So it is not an option to let them loose. People would feel safer if they knew that someone who is supposed to serve such a long sentence was still in prison. This is why death penalty would make sure that criminals who committed violent crimes would not do it again, since bad things happen to bad people. Now, I'm going to introduce Yune, a member of the opposition who will argument against the death penalty.